Hi folks, welcome back to the channel and thanks for clicking on the video again. Slightly different video for this week. I just wanted to talk about my kind of ultralight cook kit now that we're heading into sort of spring and summer. And during late spring and summer I tend not to have open fires that much. It's just too risky. I feel like it's a waste of resources to you know, where I am, it can be very dry at times. The soils are very peaty, and just having an open fire, it's just not worth the risk. In previous years, I've tended to move towards kind of gas. I would still use the bush box, you know, the little wood stove now and again. But this year, I've been keen to try out using an alcohol stove more. And I have used alcohol stoves in the past, but you know, gas is easy. You throw the canister in your bag, got a little gas stove, you know, no problem. But I don't like the idea of waste with the gas canisters, and you know, gas is expensive too. So I've moved towards using kind of methylated spirits, and recently I got a little bit of gear that's kind of been, or is going to be, a bit of a game changer for me, I think, and I just wanted to show you some of it today. So I'll bring you in a bit closer and we'll start going through this little cook kit. So yeah, I just keep it in this little wax canvas bag that I made myself a while ago. Just keeps everything contained, and if it gets dirty, you know, it keeps it off the rest of the gear in your bag. But this is pretty much the kit. Yeah, first of all, this is just a titanium spork that I always have with me, that just sits in the pouch. Then I've got a small fire steel that I would use for lighting the alcohol stove. I always have some kind of cloth with me. It's great for just cleaning things, or you know, wiping your hands, that kind of thing. And then yeah, we've got just a Bic lighter as well as a bit of a backup. And then we're kind of into the main kit. I've got these are the two alcohol stoves. We'll come back to them in a minute. So yeah, first of all, I've got this coffee press. It's just out of a cafetiere that I bought one time, and it just happened to fit this pot, so it's quite handy. You can get cups with, you know, that are actually designed to be coffee presses as well, but I bought this cup before and this works, so yeah. So the main pot that I use is this Toaks titanium 750ml pot with bail handle, and the lid just fits inside as well. I've used this thing so many times I've lost count. Great little pot. If I'm doing a lightweight hike, then 750ml of water is more than enough usually for a coffee or a dehydrated meal, that kind of thing. So yeah, good sized pot. You've got the bail handle there, so you've obviously got an option. You can make a bit of a pot hanger and, you know, have a quick boil fire if that situation comes up. And this bail handle can be easily removed as well if you need to. And it's got the little stand-up handle on top as well. And then inside this is the game changer I was talking about. This is the windshield to my new stove. That to the side a second again, and I'll talk about this other pot that I have. This is Toaks titanium as well, and this is actually classed as their 550ml bowl. So yeah, this is technically not a pot, and it doesn't come with a lid, but I find it ideal. I've used it as a bowl. I'll eat my porridge out of it. Again, very lightweight, but you can use it to boil if you want to as well. And it's the perfect size where it just nests everything, you know, very neatly. And I'm able to fit the windshield of that new stove in between this and the main pot. Okay, so we'll talk about the stove itself. The stove is from a company called X-Boil. They're a small German company, and when I decided I wanted to make an alcohol stove a kind of key piece of my kit, I started shopping around, and I noticed a few people, especially on Instagram, were using this X-Boil, and I checked out the website and had a brief look, and I was interested, and I thought I'll go back later on. And that very same evening, Leo from X-Boil sent me a message on Instagram saying he'd like to send me one to try out, and would I want to be the first person in Scotland with an X-Boil. Now I don't know if the last part is entirely true, but I said absolutely, thank you very much. So yeah, this is the stove itself. So this is lightweight titanium, and this is the windshield, and it can basically, you know, roll up because it's so thin, and that's how you're able to, you know, nest it into different sized pots. And there's basically two tabs at the end, and they basically lock in, wrong way, basically lock in there like that, and that's it. That's your windshield. Yeah, there's a range of different sizes on the website, depending on, you know, what size of pot that you have, or what size of windshield that you need. And these are the alcohol stoves themselves. Now there's two, Leo sent me two versions here. This is the ultralight, obviously the smaller one, and it's basically just a lightweight aluminium casing, and there's some graphite felt inside, and the idea is you put your alcohol in and don't overfill it, and the felt soaks it up. The felt itself doesn't burn, and if you're transporting it, you can put the alcohol in. The idea is that it won't spill because it's not kind of sloshing about inside, you know, the materials containing it. And this is the standard version, aluminium as well. It's got the graphite felt inside, and these three metal hooks here are the pot stand, and you'll see these notches, 3 notches on the windshield, and they basically just sit on very easy. The stove obviously sits underneath, and then you can light the stove, and your pot just sits on the stand. And it's all very neat and tidy and lightweight, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to using it more. And that's basically the kit. And I would use this for kind of days in the mountains, lightweight camping trips, late spring, summer, and yeah, kind of ticks all the boxes for what I need. You know, making coffee. Most of my food would be, you know, boiling water for freeze dried or dehydrated food, so it's great. Like I say, very light. I'll just move this to the side a minute. But obviously there's a couple other things you can take with you that are still quite lightweight to make things a bit easier. So I would normally take this mat. This is actually a soldering mat. So again, this protects the ground, and it's inflammable too, so you don't have to worry about it, but just gives you a bit more of a base. Depending on what food you're eating, and if you're bothered, you know, you could add a very lightweight titanium plate to your kit. Again, this one is from Life Venture, and it weighs absolutely nothing. But maybe if you want that for, you know, porridge, or I know some people will even tip out the freeze-dried meals onto a plate, you know, so it's easier to eat. You know, you can add that too. My gas stove, especially if I'm up in the mountains, I usually take just a lightweight windshield too. It just has these thin spikes, and you know, they stick into the ground, and you just basically, you know, wrap it around whatever you're using. And although the X-Boil comes with a windshield, I'm sure that's fine, and most of the time, you know, in really windy weather, this extra windshield might come in handy. But as I use the X-Boil, I find out its true capability. And finally, you're going to need some fuel. And in the past, I've normally just put my alcohol in a small kind of Nalgene bottle, you know, high quality, but you know, just a nice little sealed bottle. But I recently invested in one of these. This is basically a safety fuel bottle from Shangia, and the idea is this: you have to press this top down for the alcohol to pour out. But if it's unscrewed to a certain point, you can't do that. So you basically have to screw this to a certain point, you know, and then you can push it down. I won't tip it over because I'll tip the fuel out just now, but you know, then it's you can, you know, you press that down and it lets the fuel out when you tip it. But yeah, like I say, if this is screwed down, it locks it, so you don't have to worry about, you know, any fuel spilling out. And like I said, that's just methylated spirits. This will hold 500 ml. You can get bigger versions of this that hold a litre. I don't think you can get smaller. I think this is the smallest you can go. There may be a 250, I might be wrong. But yeah, this is a really nice bit of kit, and would be more than enough for a weekend for me, just boiling up water. And lastly, again, I don't really need it with the kit that I've got, because it basically has a second cup. You know, I can use the bowl as a cup, but sometimes it's nice to just take a proper cup if you've got the space. And this is just a small enamel mug, which is quite nice to drink out of. I'll stop talking now, and I'll make a coffee and kind of show you things in action. I forgot to mention as well there that around the outside of this windshield there's actually holes as well, so you can use tent pegs for your pot stand if you want to. I get asked quite a bit about this coffee bag as well, and yeah, it's just a little Sammy style coffee bag from Journeyman Handcrafts. Again, I'll link it in the bottom. I'll just let that sit for a bit, and you probably saw I was able to just use the lid there to extinguish the stove really quickly and safely. And you can save fuel as well. And to be honest, you know, that was burning pretty hot there, and it boiled pretty quickly, but I mean, I'm able to touch that already, no problem. I don't know about this. Oh, actually, yeah, that's completely cool. Wow, fantastic. So I could just pack that away already, just while I'm waiting for my coffee to brew up. Well, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to make a short and sweet video talking about my kind of ultralight cook kit for the coming season. Hopefully you found it interesting or useful. If you've got any questions about anything that I've shown in this video, just leave them below. I'll put links to everything I spoke about anyway, so people can go and have a look in their own time. But yeah, if you like this kind of shorter video, let me know. Share, subscribe, all that interactive stuff. It helps me out. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video.